Sarita Talks. Thank you for coming back to Sarita Talks. Oh my gosh, it is my immense pleasure to be able to just interview great people in the community who are doing great, awesome things. So I have two rock stars in the Columbia community who are just really affecting change at a level that a lot of people don't think about. Bail. If you can't afford it, where are you going to be? Stuck. So, Suzanne, Peggy, I'm going to turn it over. I want each of you to introduce yourselves. Tell us how long you've been with the organization and what brought you to it.
Hi, Sarita. So nice for you to have me on your show.
Absolutely.
My name is Suzanne Bagby, and I'm with Boone County Community Bail Fund. We were kind of part of another organization, but then we kind of fell off to ourselves, and we are now working ourselves to just be totally solo. So we've been doing this since we were trying to get it started since 2016, 15, something like that. We were working, trying to get it started. We ran into a few hiccups and didn't realize how to do it. And so now we are up and running, and we just want to let everyone know that we are the Boone County Community Bail Fund, and we are here for our community.
Absolutely. What brought you to this line of work?
Well, myself, I've been there with family members and stuff. We've been in jail and we couldn't get out, or we had to put up all of our money to get someone out on that 10%. Most of the time, the bail itself, the charges affect the people that don't have the resources and that are poor. So with a bail bondsman, you give 10%, and so then you still have to make a payment. Well, we're different from the bail bondsman. We pay $3,000 and under cash. We ask that you show up for court so that we can, and we also, if there's any fees or fines, we let them come out of our money.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Totally. Yes. We're here totally to help the community, because we do know, and I understand, that the bail preys upon those who have nothing, who are at their lowest.
Absolutely. I'm going to touch on my own personal story, but Peggy, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us how long you've been with the program and just what brought you to this line of work as well.
Well, I've been hooked up with the bail fund. We had a previous identity, but we've been doing the same work since 2018. And then 2019, March 1st, 2019 was the big day when we launched that. And so we're coming up on having done this work for, it was 5 years, right?
Nice. 5 years actually working.
And I came to it because I loved the group. I just loved the group of people. We're all volunteers. We don't have any staff or an office or anything like that. We take calls from the jail using volunteers to answer the phone. We've come to really understand people in the jail and be able to talk with them. And then we send people out to the jail to bail people out, to pay the bail.
Wow.
But like Suzanne said, cash bail punishes poverty. People with a lot of money don't spend much time in the Boone County Jail.
Absolutely.
They get bonded or bailed out if they have a lot of money to pay the whole thing before they're even booked into the jail. So they don't have that stigma of being on the jail website as a current detainee with all their life laid out there on the web. Yeah. So we are so happy that to at least a limited extent, up to $3,000, we can help them out.
You know, that is just an awesome blessing, because I know, and you know, there's been cases that were nationwide where people sat in jail in terrible conditions for crimes. Here's another thing. You can be arrested any day. I'm talking to you, audience. You can be arrested any day and you might not have done it. So imagine being incarcerated, not having the money, not having family support. And if they do, it would be a major financial burden to come and get you out. So you're alone, and in guilty or innocent, that's up to, that's up to this man. It's really not up to the judge. Nobody is the judge but the Lord. But at the end of the day, people are suffering needlessly because it does disproportionately affect minorities. Would you agree?
Absolutely. At any one time, about half the people in the Boone County Jail are Black, and yet the county population is about 9%.
Yeah, there's hardly any Black people here.
So,
There isn't. Not at all. I mean, we do have a community. I'm a transplant. I've been here a little under 2 years, but I do realize that, it's not, we are definitely a minority as far as the population. So I'm going to tell my funny story about bail. Okay. So I went to jail in 2008 and I was charged with first-degree murder and armed collection. So my bond was $250,000 cash only, which is $250,000. So I called my father and he said, baby, I'm coming to get you. I put my house up. I'm coming to get you. I said, Dad, I don't think you got what they're talking about. He said, no. They're going to let me get $25,000 so I can come and get you. I said, Dad, they want $250,000 cash only. And there was silence on the phone. And he said, well, are you okay? That's my story. He said, hey, you're gonna have to fend for yourself because nobody's got $250,000. Now, my charges were not the same as a lot, and what a lot of individuals, however, confinement affects the whole family. It is a ripple effect. So if you're a single mom and you go to jail, who's taking care of your kids? Who's able to, it prevents, as I'm sure you know, and maybe you can expound on, a very detrimental event within a family that if you stay in jail too long, you might lose everything. Do you guys have any examples?
And that's what happened. We had one that was in jail that had kids and needed to get back to the kids. And they were husband and girlfriend or whatever, and he had the kids, but he had to get to work, but she was in jail. And it was for something that was way back or didn't make any sense. Yeah. So we have a lot of cases to where we just dealt with one where her charges came from 2016. They decided to pick her up. Little bitty, we deal with a lot of tedious stuff that I think that the police department could focus more on something else instead of failure to appear for trespassing tickets or speeding and no insurance. So, and those are the kind of things that we see all day long and deal with that.
And here's another thing. You could easily lose your housing, your car. If you're unable to get to that job and work because you have a $500 bond and it hasn't been your payday. But when you get to payday, you already had rent, car payment, gas, insurance, childcare needs. Then, like I said, it's extremely detrimental. It sets people back. Yeah, so I've heard some things that this organization is lacking funds. How can we donate? How can the audience make a difference and throw that rock in that water and make that ripple? How do we get you some money?
Well, we are sponsored right now. Like Suzanne said, we've applied for our own nonprofit status, but right now we're sponsored by the Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbia. They stepped up and said, we will sponsor you. So donations, because we needed somebody who had nonprofit status to hook onto. And so we talked to the pastor there and she said, oh yeah, we'll do it as long as you need us. So if people go on our website, they'll see that there's a link to that church. Or if they just Google it, then there is a donate link, and under the donate link, there's a drop-down menu, and we're one of the choices. We're the top one on the drop-down.
Boone County Community Bail Fund. Are you listening?
Yes.
Boone County Community Bail Fund.
And if you don't have money, we need volunteers to answer the phone, go to the jail and pick people up. Because one of the services that we do offer to our clients when they're arrested is we pick them up and we take them home, and we also take them to court, because a lot of times people don't have rides to court. That's why they have that failure to appear. Yeah. So we also provide a service like that, but there's very few of us. We work really short, and I do 2 days a week answering the phone, like Peggy said, from home. Right now, we're all double shifting it to take care of what needs, but we need the money, guys. We really need money. And if you're having a problem getting it to us, then call me, Suzanne Bagby. I am on Facebook. I am on LinkedIn. I am on Instagram. Peggy's on the same, Peggy Placer. We will come to you. We will do whatever you need to get us some money, because we are down to the stretch for some need for some money right now to keep people out of jail. In the summertime, it's hot in there. Mm-hmm. It's the same way in the wintertime. There's so many problems. People have health problems. They don't get their medicine till never, or they get the wrong stuff 3-4 weeks later. So it's just so many needs that we try to handle, and I do as well with our clients when they come out. If they need food, or if they need diapers or something, or a way to get their kids to and from, we try to help them with all those needs. So we kind of resource things out. So
it's way more than just bonding. It's just way more than someone taking that bail out and helping them. So they're not bail bondsmen. What I really want you to understand is this is a wraparound service. So someone is picking this person up. Transportation is a huge barrier, regardless of whether or not you're in jail or not. So these people are going the extra mile to make sure that when you get out, you have something to eat and you have a way to make sure this doesn't happen to you again, a ride back to the courthouse. I'm sure that when they come out, you've had some good moments picking people up.
We have. I mean, people just want to hug us, or
absolutely
say, "Oh, you're here to get me." I mean, it's hard to believe that some group would pay 100% of their bail and they could get out. About 20% of the people we bail out are unsheltered. Yeah. And so now that Columbia has a permanent year-round shelter at Room at the Inn, we can take them out there. They can get a hot meal, and they really do love what we do, and often tell us that when we bail them out or on the phone.
They just call us and tell us thank you, because they can't believe, because we need to stress this. We are totally different from a bail bondsman. We do not have, you do not give us any money.
That's right.
So if your bond is $1,500, we pay the $1,500. If your fines are $900, then you get the $900 just comes out of there, and we just get whatever's left.
That's right.
That's exactly how we operate. So we really want people to understand that.
Yeah, and I really want the audience to know they can mirror this. This is something that doesn't have to just be done in Boone County. It doesn't just have to be a New York thing. It doesn't just have to be in Columbia. Take it and run with it. This show is all about triumph over adversity. This show is all about mindset change. And if you don't take anything away from what I say or what I do or the people I have on, it's really about helping each other. And through helping each other, we really help ourselves.
Exactly. It is, exactly.
Yeah, what happens when their case is all complete? This is another thing. People without resources want to pay us back often, and they know they can't. But when we ask them to sign a form saying the refund will come back to our group, we'll pay the fines and fees. So that's how we recoup some of our bail money, but we still need donations. And if anybody's really old school, if they like to mail a check, we have a post office box.
Nice. Tell us.
P.O. Box 7232, Columbia, Missouri, 65205. So we will.
Tell us one more time. Say it one more time. P.O. Box?
P.O. Box 7232, Columbia, Missouri, 65205.
Yes, and I just want to challenge. I want to challenge the listeners. When you see things like this, it's easy to say, I'll do that, but I'll do that later. Or, I'll get around to it. It sounds good, but, I just can't, listen, any amount helps. I remember when I had just came out and I had run into these people that were making backpacks for kids going into foster care. And I knew I didn't have a lot of money, but I wanted to give them something. So I gave them $60. I couldn't give them a whole bunch, but I gave them what I could. And I'm sure, because they said it was $12 to put each one together, that, hey, I know that I did something and I did it in that moment. So here's the thing. Go on the website. Go on the Boone County Community Bail Fund and check out what they're doing. Also, what's the website for the church?
It's uucc.org.
And you will find that link on your website, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Now, listen,
UUCC.org.
Now, is there a way that on your website that we can sign up to volunteer, or how would we get a hold of you to be a volunteer?
Well, the best way, the most direct way, is to send us an email, and that's
Okay.
comobailfund@gmail.com.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we do get emails from people. Hey, I'd like to help you. We just got a new person who wants to do the rides to court,
Nice.
which will be a big help.
Absolutely.
We need that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because that is a huge barrier. Let's just touch back on being incarcerated and not having transportation. So should you get ROI, which is released on your own
It's on your own
recognizance. So even if you walk out and you don't have a vehicle, you're stranded somewhere where maybe you got to walk to get to where you're going.
Exactly.
Then, if you've been there long enough where it's presented a significant financial burden, who's to say that you'll be able to make it back to court?
Exactly.
So
yeah,
what if
your stuff might be on the curb.
Huh?
Exactly.
All your stuff might be on the curb by the time you get home.
And that's a thing. That's a thing.
We've dealt with that as well. We've had to help someone get their stuff. It was in the storage, and it's just a lot of things that can happen. And when you live paycheck to paycheck, as often we do, then it's really hard for them to miss that day of work. We're trying to get out. We're trying to get them to their job.
Mm-hmm.
We just had an incident the other day where the lady had to go. One of our volunteers went and jumped the lady's car.
Nice.
We went and got her out of jail and then took her back to her car.
Nice.
So there's a lot of things that we go past, but also bonding somebody. So we really try to help our clients as much as we can.
Yeah, you're going above and beyond. And let me tell you, so you're saying up to $3,000, you can bond someone out. Well, audience, sometimes I have all these random facts. Here's one of them. They say that most Americans, a $400 debt that is unexpected can wipe them out.
Can wipe you out.
So imagine $3,000 and your life depends on it. Because there's a different world that's on the inside where you don't have a job. You cannot take care of your responsibilities no matter how much you want to. I want to go and make sure my kids get on the bus. Who's going to get my kids? These people are worried. They are stressed out. And like Miss Suzanne just said, you can come out to nothing. So what they're doing is more than bond. But if $400 would wipe out the average American family, imagine right now if you were not financially well off and your dad was in jail, or your mother was in jail, or your daughter, or your son, or your cousin, or your brother, or your sister, and you can't afford to let them come home.
Exactly.
I mean, the burden is deep. It's deep. So Suzanne and Peggy, tell me how good it feels when things are, when everything's coming together. You got a lot of moving parts.
It's like a natural high when we're bonding people out and we're getting calls, and then I'm sending them back to Peggy because I'm mostly the phone girl. I love to talk, and so I'm the phone girl. So most of the time you get me, and they know us. It's either Peggy or Suzanne. They request us. And so I have been I transplanted here in 85. So my husband's a native of Colombia. So we know everybody too, which makes it good. So it always feels so good when you answer the phone and they say, "Are you such and such as auntie?" Or and I'm like, "Yeah,
yes.
Hey, so it makes me feel so good. So I'm like, hold on. So then I'm typing and telling our team, because we have to all agree to get this person out.
Okay.
And we don't judge. There's no, nothing. We just do. If we can afford it, if you got a Boone County address, we're coming for you. if it's $3,000 and under. And it makes us, I mean, it's like, ooh, you're running on a treadmill when this is going on. And you're just like, my husband's retired now. So he's here with me because we're at my home right now. So I run in there and go, oh, we're going to get somebody out. Peggy's on her way to the jail.
Oh, I just love that. I think this is
to bring somebody home to their family, especially when, you know, this one lady told us they had twins. Remember the lady with the twins?
Oh.
All that just melted my heart. I want to get you back to your twins. Yeah, it just does. I'm so excited. And my husband's like doing something else, and I run back and we got another one.
That's how exciting it is. Now, here's what makes me a little sad. You're a secret. People don't know about you.
Nope, they don't know about us.
So why would this be such? Why aren't you getting the promotion of so many other things? Or so, you know, there's lots of things that we want to stand behind. And let me tell you, it's Men's Mental Health Month or Men's Health Month. It's Gay Pride or LGBTQIA. We need to have just a time set aside to think about those of us who are incarcerated and fighting that battle. Everything is not to say those are good issues, but there are also people who are being adversely affected in just negative ways by the fact that they can't get out of jail. And would you say that most of these offenses are maybe traffic related, trespass related, things that are not harmful or not violent?
Not violent. We have of course, we do have some domestic abuse. People look at the domestic abuse and think that it's a man hitting a woman. Sometimes it's sisters in fights, daddies and the brothers in fights. So domestic abuse doesn't always mean a man is abusing a woman. It's a lot of those things. But again, Boone County Community Bail Fund. If your bail is $3,000 and under, you have a Boone County address, and you have a emergency contact, we're coming to get you.
That's right.
We are coming
County
to get
Community you. Bail Fund.
Yeah,
mirror it. They're coming to get you. And I love it. And I love it. And they don't have to say, well, are you okay? I just appreciate you coming on and giving your time today, Suzanne.
Thank you.
No, I am grateful to be able to showcase something so awesome. Would you be able to just part us out, both of you, tell us what we need to be doing? Now, we know we need to get money. We know we need to volunteer, but leave us with something about how precious this work really is, so the audience knows what they're doing.
This work is, this, you know how you love God. I love God. I love my husband and I love my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I love this work.
Yeah.
And this is just amazing to be able to help people in so many other ways. And that's what I love about it. And if you don't have any money, sometimes people just need to talk to you. Sometimes they can't get out. They know that they can't get out because their bond is either no bond or it's above what we can do. And they still call us. We have, hi, oh, Miss Suzanne, it's you. It's not Grandma Peggy. They call her Grandma Peggy.
Oh, I love it.
And we just talk to them. So I'm telling you, this is my baby. I got 6 grandbabies. This is my 7th grandbaby.
That's right.
And I love this work. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you.
Oh, amen. Peggy, tell us.
Thank you so much. Well, Suzanne inspires me because she always says, I love doing this, and I do too. Let me tell you, I have learned so much. People think, oh, you're bailing out those criminals from the jail. No, these are people with lives. You can learn a lot from them.
Absolutely.
And the mental health. A lot of times, I've stayed with a person. She was in jail for 12 months. And family got her some mental health. So now she's away. There was another one that was in jail for 9 months. We got her sent to a place where she can come out. She had 4 kids. So the mental health, you guys, is not always crime like you think it is. People, we don't have the funding for the mental health. We need more mental health services. And that is a lot to what we do too. It's just most of the people are unhoused, and they'll go right back and they're trespassing because they're sitting in front of Walmart. You're not
Yeah.
going to be there. What, you know? So yeah, it's mental
It's a
health.
cycle.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, but you are making positive changes to the cycle. Boone County Community Bail Fund is making sure that another human is able to be free and another human being doesn't have to lose everything because they're poor. Would you agree?
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all
No
about.
resources. Yes.
Oh, well, I just want to thank you so much for coming on. Please donate, donate, and donate, and donate. Donate your time, donate your funding. Maybe just tell someone that you know
Yeah,
who
tell
doesn't know.
And that's what I want you to do. Tell everybody.
Yes,
You know,
spread the word.
Contact us. We're on all social medias. I know I am.
Yeah.
Contact me.
And I
And
actually
you
heard about you a while back.
What we're
Lauren
doing.
Weber told me, "Hey, Sarita, I'd like to donate, or if you're interested in this, we could donate to here." And I was just like, "Wow, you don't know it, but I'm poor." But at that time, I didn't have it. But let me tell you this: later on, I meet Tyler Ludwig, who is a public defender, and he told me about this wonderful program. So
Yeah,
someone
he's
who
one
is
of our members.
Yes, yes, and yes. So word of mouth works. And when someone's not able, I wasn't able at that time. When you're able, do. But if you can do it now, do it. Like, subscribe, and share. But also Boone County Community Bail Fund. Thanks for coming on. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.